Hi, welcome back. We are now going to look at an actual performance or improvement development plan. So this is a template that can be used. So across the top here, we have the objectives. So this is what we're trying to achieve, and we need to link that to organisational objectives. Method, resource, support, review, and evaluate. So again, if we look at the objective here, I've set out a couple. First of all is to improve time management. So I've done an analysis. I've identified that my time management skills need improving, that there is a skills gap. So that's gone down as one of my objectives. The other one relates to improving coaching skills. So again, I've carried out an analysis and consider that as an area that I need to improve in. So we can set out perhaps up to 5 or 6 objectives down here. It's important that we can measure the success. So for example, in terms of coaching, that a measure of success could be the outcome, the performance of the individuals that I'm actually coaching. The audit scores, for example. Time management, well, that could be the amount of additional time that I'm actually working. I could keep a log and make reference to the number of minutes that I've saved as a result of being more efficient in this particular area. We then look at the method. So this is the method that I'm going to use. Now, bearing in mind that we are in a COVID situation, so I think we do need to reflect that in the methods. So for example, for time management, then I can do some online training. There's lots of training out there in relation to time management. And I could also just simply read up on the subject. If we look at coaching, again, there is online courses, but also there could be some face-to-face, some Teams call. I could contact possible colleagues and ask for assistance. And there's also actual sort of practical, and I can also review the success and get feedback from the individuals that I'm actually sort of coaching. If we look at the resource, so this is the resource that I need. This could be time. This is obviously an important one. We're busy at the moment, so we need to factor in the amount of time that it's going to take. It could just be self. Okay, so time management, self-analysis, this is really important. We learn a lot by considering from our own perspective. There could be a financial implication. So if I'm going to go on a coaching course, or if I have to perhaps download a course that costs money, there could be sort of financial implications. So this is the resource that is required. The support, so this is the support that I'm going to need for other individuals. It's really important that we get the buy-in of other stakeholders, people that we need to assist us in relation to our personal development plans. So in the case of time management, it might be my manager. I need some assistance from them. I need some support, get some feedback from them. How do they perceive I'm actually performing? And in respect of coaching, again, my manager, but also I might need some support from the L&D department. It may be that if you're thinking yourself, it might be that you need support possibly from my team or from other colleagues across the business. It is really important that we set a review date. When I did my exam, which I referenced in the previous video, I didn't do particularly well in terms of dates, and that was some feedback that I got. So we need to set a review date. We need to stick to that, and on that review date, we need to assess how we're performing. We need to always feed back to the objective, but also feed back to the skills gap analysis that we've undertaken. And then an evaluate date. So this is, by which time, I should have completed or have achieved the objectives. So for example, for time management, there we are. I've set that down as the 1st of November, should be the date by which I've succeeded, and I can then assess and measure against my previous performance. What we're going to do now is I'm going to ask you to effectively create your own PDP for yourself. So consider your team objectives, consider the objectives of the wider group that you belong to. So for example, it could be the field, it could be the diary, it could be the validation services team, and then also consider the wider objectives as set by the business. So consider, say, 3 or 4 objectives, and then create one of these for yourself, but then also think about colleagues. This is about performance improvement. So think about a couple of colleagues, the colleagues that you thought about when we started off this journey, and create a performance development plan for those individuals. However, I will go back to what I said in the previous video. It's really important that a performance development plan comes from the individual rather than from somebody else. If an individual creates the plan, they are much more likely to succeed in achieving that plan rather than somebody saying, this is what you've got to do, just go ahead and do it. Thank you for listening.